Sa Google Maps
I'm feeling low. Want you to know I ain't got much to show. Baby, I'm slow. Gonna creep into my eyes, snail show. Until the spring liberates me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true. Just speak low, stand in your row. Try not to show this life's a show. Try not to glow. Way down below, oh, it's a lot of woe. And that's not a place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I officially welcome you back to the JRL Season 4 Tier 2 race. This time it's round 9, Brazil. It has been rescheduled to today, but nevertheless, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix is underway here. The penultimate round of the season, and today we're witnessing history because today Roy is gonna close out the World Drivers' Championship here on the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace. It's a 4.3 kilometer long circuit with 3 sectors and 35 racing laps. The race lap record is a 1:9.5 set by Rose last week's race. 15 turns and 43 meters of elevation changes. Turn 1 provides excellent opportunity. We had the move of the season yesterday, last week there, from Wards on YS Brand into the centers. Then 5 and 4, the famous corner where Verstappen and Hamilton have come together in the reality. In Tier 1 it was Astis and Giorgio come together there. Then turn 6 and 7, not a good overtaking opportunity. We have seen some moves there, but we shall see how this track will shine in Tier 2. The 3 drag compounds, the C4, the C3 and the C2. We're gonna see probably the C3 and the C2, the medium and the hard tires, more often than the soft tires. So, as we go down towards the grid for the qualifying, which will be underway in a second. There we have it, 15 people. Not particularly a great attendance for this tier, considering what we had in the past. No, that's the wrong tab. Excuse me. But surely we'll try to make it work this time. Tomorrow you'll see the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Tier 1 and Tier 3. Absolute cinema. May one say we have 2 championships on the line. I'm not entirely sure if he's able to hear me, if I've unmuted myself, but today in the commentary box, as always, the other owner of JRL, Jape.
Hello.
Ah, there you are.
It's going to be a really exciting round here, in Brazil for sure. The grid is really competitive, but it's... Yeah, Roy is going to take the championship here, I believe. As Fox, who is not racing.
Yes, at least not yet. He could still join until the end of qualifying, but I'm pretty sure that... Yes, this is it. This is it for... to this championship and his championship hopes. McLaren have already closed out the championship last time around. I believe last time around was it the Mexican Grand? No, it was the Las Vegas Grand Prix. But yeah, nevertheless, both Haas cars on the track. Legionero filling up the one spot, and Recent as reserve driver is taking up the other Haas car. Well, I'll make the announcement real quick.
Now, McLaren hasn't won it yet. Haas is still in the fight, I believe. It's 6 points separating championship. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So it's 6 if McLaren just outscores Haas by 6. No, they're 6 points away from the championship currently. Haas has to get a 1-2 finish there, and McLaren a double DNF if they still want to be in the championship fight. It's looking really likely for McLaren here.
So, while we are spectating right now the Red Bull of Felix, only one of the Felixes is racing today. He's had a pretty, I'd say, pretty mediocre season. He didn't stood out at all, but Roy has retired in the pit lane. Seemingly a last to first challenge for the championship contender. Thompson a 1.8.7. A 181 from Felix and a 177 from Edward.
Yeah.
Let me... A 1.8.4 1.8.4 from John and a 1.8.2 from Kai. Let me think.
The next one to cross the line is going to be Recent. And Recent comes in.
Interestingly enough, let me have a look.
LDR wants an invite. Let me.
Can you
see
do that?
what-
Yes. So yesterday's tier 2 poll was also 177. I've always taken into account that tier 2 is on regular track limits, so you might need to take 2/10 out of that lap, but still, it would still be enough for P2 right now. But yeah, those are just bankers, obviously.
They can go a bit quicker. I don't think they will be in the sixes, but
Apple juice.
7.
Apple juice. A 183 on the mediums, though.
Oh yeah, that is a really wonderful lap. As Maroon starts his lap.
Indeed.
Soon we're gonna have AV coming through. He's still in sector 2. And now he's in sector 3. Going to the final corner.
52.1, that is pretty mediocre, I'd say. He could do better. But nevertheless, you see where AV is gonna go as he goes around the final corner, opens the DRS flap, flat out, and over the line. It's gonna be 1.8.3. That is enough for P4 right now, just barely ahead of Apple Juice. As we now see, I think next cut across the line, that is gonna be Varun. Yes, indeed. The former Williams driver reunited with his old car. It was a pretty horrible season for him, but he's gotten purple in Sector 2.
Oh yeah.
Have you invited LDR?
Yes, I did invite. I don't know
Do-
where he is.
To the line he goes, and Varun, 17.9. Thompson, I believe, is starting a flying lap. Oh no, he does improved on his current one, but not enough to get the car ahead, being John. Next car to cross the line is going to be Knox, who's following Kai.
Oh,
Kai.
and there's AV and who is that? Diabetes having a collision.
Oh, 182 for Knox. I see AV didn't seem to take any kind of damage with only 2 cars ready to cross the line. 30.4. I believe that was not a representative lap time. Whereas now Sergi's going through the middle sector. On the mediums, as usual for this man. I believe he's done that in every qualifying session this year, going for 2 sets of medium tires for the entire weekend and then using 1 qualifying.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart strategy. In a way. As there's going to be Sergi crossing the line. On with the mediums, going second place.
It's again an Alpine 1-2.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
like
did
last
not
time.
see this coming from the Alpine team.
Just like last time. And keep in mind, that is on medium.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a medium tire right there, and he's going quicker than all of these soft runners.
Yeah, and
Legionnaire
I think
tires.
softs are a few tenths quicker. I'd say around 3 to 4 tenths here in Brazil, maybe even more.
LDR is left.
LDR.
Wait, I'm gonna send him an invite very quick.
I'm gonna send him a new invite.
LDR Legends, there he is.
Yeah.
I don't really have the chat on my screen, so you might need to remind me if there's anyone.
Oh, alright, right.
Racing Diabetes into the pit lane. Another invalid lap for the Polish man. Now as Recent goes purple into Sector 1. Doesn't mean a lot. Sector 1 is basically how much ERS you deploy at the start of the lap, and Sector 3 is all about how much ERS you have deployed before. The real...
Recent does not have enough battery. 14%. You need like 50 for final straight. Maybe a bit less.
You
But
can-
still.
You can recharge a bit in these corners, but he has invalidated, so it doesn't matter. He went a little bit too deep into there. Could have done this a little bit better. So now Felix is finishing his lap time. Felix to the line is going to be in the 7th. Yes, indeed, he splits the Alpine duel by going second. Ridley with an 8.5 at the back of the grid, one of the Aston Martin cars. Thompson has invalidated his lap time. John now starting his lap time, the Las Vegas winner. He definitely has some pace. We know that.
Right. You sent the tier 1 stream in
Oh, the tier 1 stream. Oh yeah, can you wait?
I think that
Okay. Thank you.
I need to invite out the once again.
So, John to the line at 17.9, third car to go. Fourth car to set that benchmark is Varun is now barely a 10th up, but it would be enough for P2. But Edwards is actually not looking too bad. I reckon you can find at least 2 tenths around this track, just with regular track limits alone, especially in turn 1.
Turn 1, you can almost cut the entire thing.
Varun goes second.
Almost
7.8.
straight.
Apple juice!
7.5, that's really nice.
Up by 8 tenths of a second. It's a mid 7.5, that is not bad, I'd say. Obviously, you have to take into account that the track is different at all times. So tier 3 and tier 2 are not gonna have the same conditions. The track's gonna be a bit more grippy or less grippy. Really depends, but almost half the grid is now into the 1/7. As now Kai crosses the line. Barely improves. It's not enough for advancing to a higher place, though knocks it to the pit lane.
We need purple in second.
Edward is a little bit up on his lap time. He needs to find 2 tenths to get up the pace and trying to beat Apple Juice.
Yeah, well, currently he's...
LDR's in a Red Bull. LDR's in a Red Bull. I believe that is because he couldn't take control of his Aston. I don't know if we can just disqualify him for that because it's due to a game.
I don't think so, because there's literally one Aston in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Sergio with 7.5, 2 thousandths taking out of Apple Juice there. Now, Diabetes to spot 3 and Edward into the pits. It's an Alpine Ferrari. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got it right. Meanwhile, the 2 Williams cars, 5 and 6. It's looking like a really close session here, right now. As LDRs now coming out of the pits. Disqualification is... It is, isn't it?
He was disqualified, yeah. Yes. I don't think there's any game glitch that lets you take control of...
Yeah, we had that. We had that already this season in Tier 3. That was with Finn. He couldn't take control. Or with Delta. Remember when Delta was in the Mercedes in Zandvoort?
No, because he was on a different account.
Ah, okay. But I think Finn had that same problem, kind of, but we'll see, yeah.
No, I don't think. I think LBR just accidentally chose the wrong car. I think that's it.
We'll see. Everyone's come to the pits now, not John and Felix. John and Felix going onto their outlaps now. Well, we see Thompson. Thompson has been like a severe qualifying pace, but in the race he makes up for it.
Wins up now, but still, he has to be burning up. He's on medium ERS though.
In middle sector. Reason to the pits. He's not going to get off another lap, so he retires. Thompson to the line. Looking like a 7.9. That is P8 for now. Whereas Felix is now starting his lap time. Currently P7 for the Dutchman in the Red Bull. Car number 6, I believe that is. Yes, indeed. We have 8 viewers right now. That's not bad. Goes purple in the first sector. Not gonna run to the back of the McLaren car.
Edward starts his lap, and LDI is going to cross the line soon. What is he going to do? Takes a bit of a wide line and goes 11 with 8.2.
It's not gonna be enough for him. Gonna try to get off another lap, but I doubt he'll get that. Kai now on his out lap. One of the Knox comes in. That is gonna be a retirement. Edward is on a quick lap, and now the top 3. Are they still? I can't really, because there's a yellow flag right now. I can't see how much time there's left.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
There's someone going really slow. That's an Aston Martin. That is Ridley. Could they stop weaving yellow flags? Thompson into pits, retirement. Could they stop? Oh, he's out of fuel. 240. That's enough.
2 minutes. Does
That-
have time.
he
to
does have-
go for a lap.
LDR doesn't. LDR is taking all a really wide line to get the power down the main straight. Seemingly has enough.
He also has time to still go
No,
out.
he
Everyone
just
has
took a shit
time
line.
in the pit lane, except the ones entering pits.
I think LDR just might barely get one off. As we now see Diabetes, he has shown some brilliant qualifying pace and race pace in Vegas. Kai now goes 4th fastest with a 7.6. Barely missing out on a better position right there, but those guys from behind are going to come. They're going to improve. While Diabetes is up on his lap time. There's a Red Bull coming in.
Might be a bit too late.
It is too late indeed. John is going for another run, I believe. Yes, indeed. Felix into the pit lane. Yeah, he retires. Another retirement.
As we see Varun on a lap.
Still sticking it with Diabetes. And now, first car across the line is going to be AV, but he's still on his out lap. The first car on a valid lap, that will be Edward. No, never mind. He's invalidated. His lap, Diabetes is 2 tenths up. That would be enough for pole position. Diabetes now powers down the main straight. DRS flap wide open now. He's going to get 30 kilometers of speed advantage. Edward into the pits. He's not going to improve. Diabetes is 7.4 to the line. What answer do these guys have? Varun and John. John could get another lap off. Varun is going to start his flying lap now.
LDR goes out. It's gonna be really close, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
If he cuts a little bit off track, but in the second. But then again, it's...
I accidentally went for Red Bull. It's an accident. Nice.
yeah, goes because Tier 2 got cancelled last time because of the entire PlayStation server thing. So Tier 2 does Brazil today and Abu Dhabi next week.
Yeah, so the season is going to be one more week. in
For
Tier 2.
this Tier 2. For this tier only. With the first people across the line, that's going to be AV, and AV goes 14th. He stays 14th. Unless he can go for another lap. Ridley with an 8.1. Not enough for the 7s. Now let's watch Knox. He's a 10th up.
Varun
Edward.
goes purple, bro.
Edward P5. Now Knox to the line. Varun's gonna follow him. Knox goes P10.
Varun goes. He stays 7th.
7th. Now let's look at these guys. Sergi's up. Diabetes is not up. Apple Juice is not up. Sergi went purple in the middle sector. What can Sergi now do? DRS to the line. Is it going to be enough for pole position? No, he just missed it out by 0.006 of a second. Apple Juice is the only car that's still on a valid lap time that can still deny Diabetes dream from pole. But nevertheless, it's a beautiful weekend for Ferrari. Apple Juice to the line. Stays third. It's an Alpine 2-5 and a Ferrari 1-3. Oh, what a qualifying session. AV improves to 11th. So yes, we will see.
The Diabetes takes pole position here, really quick from the Ferrari. Then Sergi in the Alpine, and Apple Juice, another Ferrari.
And then again, the entire grid within 1 second. A 7.4 it is for Diabetes. 7.4 it is for Sergi. 7.5 from Apple Juice. We could see some really interesting racing here. One person I'm really surprised about to see there, apart from the obvious Apple Juice, is Kai in P4. In Vegas, he looked like he was lacking the pace.
Yes. Wait. I'll just tell him to drive for now. Just...
So, interestingly enough, they're gonna have a little bit of time. I'm gonna take a piss real quick. And Jape, you look into the DMs.
Yes.
So I'm back and we're gonna be here in just a couple of seconds. We're gonna ready up. And now it is on the way. 16 cars on the grid in Brazil. It's 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. And the Sao Paulo Grand Prix is on the way. And we see good start there from the 2 Ferrari cars. And there's Sergi on the inside of Apple Juice. Apple Juice challenging around the outside into turn 2 and 3. Apple Juice on the hard seat. He's gonna have the grip disadvantage. We see some swapping around at the back, but everyone has gotten away somewhat decent. Now there's Diabetes up in front, 0.8 of a second already. The gap, no collisions. No one has taken any severe damage. We see 3 cars going 3 wide. That is going to be Legionnaire making this move on LDR. LDR goes off the road, rejoins safety, luckily. And there's an Aston round. That is Ridley once again. A horrible start for him. Now, still, Legionnaire and LDR going at it. LDR on the inside. He's going to have the grip advantage on those medium compound of tires. tips Knox there a little bit. Now there's Roy on the inside of Legionnaire. Haas and McLaren, they're still going at this. Is for the constructors. But I believe that everything has somewhat settled down now.
Yeah, that was quite a chaos start. It was still clean though. Everyone is
Jape,
Everyone is Ridley.
Jape,
Yes.
turn yourself a little bit louder. It's really you're really quiet.
Oh, alright. Wait.
We're seeing these two already pulling gap now. Sergio all over the back of that Ferrari car. Apple Juice dropping off the pace now, getting picked up there by Felix. Those hearts still need some laps to get within the correct temperature so that you can have the grip. John, in the meantime, drops down to P15. So we now see a little switchback there from Apple Juice, an attempt to overtake and gain his third place back. But the train's fallen off. And right now, Diabetes and Sergi are the only two cars that can theoretically have a shot at this win. But it's a long race. It's a long race to go. And looks like Sergi is really struggling. He's almost dropping out of the DRS window.
Oh yeah, Diabetes is currently in a world of his own. Already going to break the DRS. Yeah, it's done. He has broken DRS.
Yes.
He just has to keep it that way, but no, he doesn't. Sergi is gaining and gaining and gaining a lot on the straight.
A lot of batteries being burned there to get back
Yeah,
into the...
those wings. Sergi might be running really low wings here compared to Diabetes.
Get a straight line speed advantage. He's gonna have the DRS now, but we see some fighting there. Kai making his way up into P4. Another position lost for Apple Juice. There's a yellow flag, and I think that's Elia. Yes, it might be. Now Thompson and Apple Juice, the two Germans on the grid. Apple Juice missing the apex a little bit. Thompson on the soft compound of tires. Now on the inside, clips the curb and almost loses the car. Still finding the grip. Now in this sector 2, he's gonna have the grip advantage. And look how much tighter of a line he can take there. I don't know if Apple Juice really wants to fight this, because Thompson's tires are gonna die within the next 5 laps. So I would recommend just letting him by on the straight. So now see Roy already up into P8. Has there been a collision between the two Haas's?
No, it was between Edward and Legionnaire, I think. But now let's see Sergi. He's going to be gaining a lot here on the straight.
So we now see Felix and Kai going out. Kai around the outside of Felix. They're both on the medium tires. So relatively equal. Diabetes 3-second time penalty already after lap 4.
Yeah, that's really early.
Now Kai's gonna have a go on it on Felix here. Two Honda powered cars. Kai goes ahead. Before they even get to the corner, there's no chance for Felix to counter out. As we see Varun and Roy going off, and that leaves the door open for Recent, who's now caught up. Oh, I saw just Sergi overtook, and there's Recent and Roy. Ooh, Recent really struggling for grip, struggling all over the road there. Might want to consider leaving Legionnaire pass. But now let's look at the front. Sergi has overtaken Diabetes, and now they're in danger of dropping back into the DRS trainer of the rest of the pack.
The thing is, Sergi has so much more straight line speed that the DRS is not going to be helping Diabetes that much.
It's
Oh,
still...
well,
still
Sergi is going to let him through here. Yes, he is.
Thinking about the team game here, though they are not teammates. They
Yeah.
both have the same goal, and that is pulling away from these guys, because Diabetes knows he cannot. He is gonna finish behind Sergi one way or another because of those 3 seconds. And Sergi just wants to get away from these guys as far as possible. Same with Diabetes, so damage reduction really. As we now see
Yeah.
Felix making his move on Kai again. And these 4 are on a pack, their own pack. Now the championship leader. Roy is leading the next train of cars. The biggest ones, definitely. You now see John and Edward. John on the inside of Edward. Might leave a door open for Knox. Might leave a door open for Knox. Ridley could be in the wrong tier, now that I think about it. There's
Maybe.
recent.
He's just been oh, and that's a hat off. That's recent. Won it into more. And he's
Oh,
retired.
retired on track. That is not the thing you want to see, but there's AV and Nox, and I think Nox just closed the door on AV there. They have made a little bit of contact. No one got damaged though.
Aldiar making a move on Nox there, side by side. Aldiar, he can't make it, but is he gonna send it? He's actually gonna hold back here.
Hard again.
He has the tires. He's gonna go for the switchback, which is not working. While Diabetes overtakes Sergi.
Hard against medium against soft. All three tires should be roughly the same pace, but I think the mediums might have the advantage, and LDR is making good use of these tires. Going up into P12 now. Trying to get after.
Leads more open, and Nox is going to go alongside.
If Nox can make that stick!
And and they touch! That could have ended in a really bad way, but both of them are through.
Made them lose even more time. So recent the squaller.
Apparently recent paddles broke.
Still not a reason to retire on the track. Now let's see, there's another swapping around. Sergi and Diabetes. This is some really good racing we're seeing here between the two of them. Some really good working together. They're not going for impossible sense, they're just leaving each other enough space.
Yeah.
So they don't lose time.
And LDR seems to be making an overtake on Nox. Yeah.
This time around it worked. Now
yeah,
see.
but now he's gonna be vulnerable as he does not have DRS, and Nox is going to go for it. LDR goes on the inside, but it's not enough to defend. As they go side by side here, what a send from LDR! Not the first time we've seen this happen.
Nox goes off the road.
Yeah, really need to calm down with those sends there.
The leaders are going side by side through the S's.
Oh, what are they doing? They're just fighting it out here.
Good question. Edward and
This
LDR.
is not great
2-3 secs.
for-
3 secs. Now those penalties are really coming in. And I think the tree might re-establish itself because look at Roy. He's closing the gap and he's been led through by Thompson. Roy already up into P6. Now see Apple
What
Juice.
the lead is doing there, they just
Oh, no,
lost
it's
a
a-
lot of time to Kai.
Yes. Kai's now going to be under pressure by Apple Juice. Making use of these hard tires.
But look at the switchback. Is it gonna work? Yes, it is. And Kai also gets DRS, so should be a successful move. Or is it? Yes, it is. Felix also having a look on the inside.
Roy want to have a look at this, but
Roy.
there is no space for him.
You know, Roy is gonna have a look at Apple's.
Apple Juice on Roy, both on the hard tires. This is for positioner. Apple
Oh,
Juice
they-
really
oh.
pushes him wide there.
A bit aggressive there.
No time has been lost, so I don't think this should be a penalty. Now Thompson is going to be a bit of a pressure scenario. He's on the soft tires and he has one of the Haas's behind. The only Haas still in this race, in fact.
The both tires have died ages ago. And yeah, the fact there's only one Haas remaining, that means McLaren is officially the champions of Tier 2.
Unless they get a point deduction penalty somehow.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't believe that's gonna be happening.
Sergio and Diabetes are not putting the pace. They're really putting in a really big gap. And now there's Felix having a look at Kai right there. This race has been fairly clean thus far.
Yeah, that is true.
We're used to seeing a lot of stuff a lot worse.
This time they seem to be racing clean. Brazil is a nice track for racing.
Indeed it is. Turn 1 provides excellent overtaking opportunities. Now let's have a look. Varun Thompson. I think there might be a penalty coming in Varun's way because he seemingly has made contact there with Thompson.
Oh.
John and Edwards. They're going side by side. This is how you race through the S's, and they keep it really, really clean actually. And would you look at that, Diabetes? has managed to pull the 3 seconds to the cars behind. Where is he taking the pace from now?
Yeah, he's pushing now. He's still working together with Sergi. The gap will be even bigger if they didn't. I don't know what they were doing in the corners there, holding each other up, going side by side. If they didn't do it, the gap would be over 4 seconds already.
Now see Apple Juice and Legionnaire going at it. 2 hearts runners. Apple Juice is gonna have the title line there. Legionnaire could try to send it here. I doubt he does. No, he does not. It would be a pretty stupid send actually. Well, now AV has caught up to John and Edward.
Yeah, John is defending like crazy there.
Edward has some esports experience.
Yeah, but doesn't seem to be really helping here as he's in 11th place.
And now AV has caught up to this, making this a train of 3. Now the lead is swapping around.
He has those dead tires, but he's still able to keep up.
The leaders are swapping around again, and they have gained another 10 seconds.
And Thompson is supposed to come in and also get a penalty.
I don't. Did he want to retire there? No, I don't think he wanted to.
No, he's coming in. It's already time for the first pit stops.
For the soft runners at least. There's a car going slow, and I think that's LDR once again.
Yeah, he's had something happen with Nox there.
Clips the wall a little bit while he rejoins the track. Not exactly a weekend he would have wanted.
Yeah.
Now,
Varun goes up to P7. No
Alright.
anymore. They're going side by side. They keeps the position.
fans off the Williams there.
And Diabetes has broke DRS.
So you might have had a little snap there, because Kai has gained like a second on him as well.
No, it's the fact that Sergi is running really low wings.
Look how much.
He's losing more time the corners.
Going 5/10 there. Roy up into P3. Now let's see if he can pull these guys along. Now the hard tires are starting to go really well.
Yeah, they seem to be the quickest tires at the moment, as the softs have died like around 5 laps ago.
Kai's going for it. Kai's going for it.
What is that send?
This
That was just dangerous. You can't go for it there. Oh, shit. And we're trying to make an overtake on John. John is defending really hard.
indeed, he's 7 seconds back.
And I believe the first round of pit stops are gonna be coming in a few laps.
Yes,
For the
indeed.
medium rider.
And Roy is pulling the gap to Felix. Legionnaire and the Apple Juice need to find a way past the Red Bull soon enough.
Yeah, and Sergi, he's gonna get DRS again because he has the insane straight line speed, but he doesn't have any battery, so he might actually not get the DRS.
One car goes past. The other, Apple Juice, is he gonna go for it? No, he's not.
Okay, yeah, Diabetes
Time to the
has
pit lane.
broken DRS for the second straight as well.
Sergi
He's
could,
around 6/10 a lap quicker.
if I was Sergi, I would go for the undercut now.
Yeah, he's relying on the DRS. His cornering speed is just way too slow. His straight line speed is 5/10 quicker than Diabetes does.
I find it interesting how Apple Juice is taking an entirely different approach to turn 6. Everyone is throwing the cars and he's being a little bit more gentle. It seemingly seems to work. But now,
Yeah,
I think he needs to get past Felix as soon as possible, because the two other hard
John's
runners.
still doing insane defending. I think he's trying to help his teammate here, as he's himself is way too far behind everyone. So he's just gonna try to hold up as many cars as possible.
Now Apple Juice going around the outside and into the center as he's Luckily, a whole car ahead before they even get into the corner. Now these two, this Haas against McLaren. Those two are friends
Dynamic.
IRL, so I doubt we're gonna see any risky moves here. Ridley 10-second penalty.
In a penalty. AV is in as well.
LDR's going in.
Ridley retires. John still ahead of Edwards. The defending is insane.
3 seconds for Felix. Sergi really needs to pit now. He really needs to go for the hard tires now.
Yeah.
Because the gap to the cars behind is soon gonna be bigger than... it's soon gonna be smaller than the big gap to the car ahead.
Yeah.
And now, Pit, come on mate, Pit. He's going for it.
He is coming. But yeah, he needs to be
10
careful.
seconds.
He gets a 10-second penalty.
Oh my
You
god.
need to be really careful here in the pit entry. It's really easy to get a penalty in the pit entry. I'm speaking from experience, by the way. It's really tough, the pit entry there.
But still Diabetes out in front, and his teammate Apple Juice seemingly is not quick enough to help him by fending off the other two cars that could potentially...
Penalty.
And Edward is trying everything, but John is just turning this Formula 1 car into a truck right now. There is no way past.
This past, what, 10 laps probably.
There's no way past this guy.
Well,
Edward goes for it.
He's had enough. He's had enough of this.
Trying to go through with a crowbar. Trying to open the door himself. It's not working.
He's had enough of John. Look, John is just going so slowly through here. I don't know.
There's Varun now and Apple Juice.
Varun makes the move on those old medium
Diabetes
tires.
another 3
Diabetes
seconds.
is another penalty.
This could potentially cost him the win here.
As Edward goes for the undercut. And really careful here. A bit too careful.
But rather losing 1 second by being too careful than losing 10 because you weren't careful enough.
Yeah, that is true. As John is heading into a wall.
Oh, what's that by himself?
Yeah, it was. He spun in there.
Sergi has called the
The
pits.
old medium tires are not looking great.
Is Nox on a fresh set?
Nox is not on a fresh set. No, he's on old tires.
Trying to keep the Williams going again. What a horrible weekend for John after the glory in Vegas. Diabetes into the pits now. Really slowly.
Yep, gotta be
Those.
careful. But now Roy and Legionnaire started on the back row. They're currently 1-2.
Because of, obviously, because of the strategy the two of them took. But Apple Juice now sitting in P3, the Ferrari man.
Now Sergi is going to undercut Diabetes by a nice amount, but those penalties.
Apple Juice getting a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Diabetes. Kai, is he gonna get undercut by Kai? No, he's not.
No. John, a 10-second time penalty.
gets a penalty.
Could this be a retirement?
I would assume he retires.
It is a
I'd
it's
guess
a
he does.
retirement. Edward, another 3-second time
Edward
penalty.
picks up 3 seconds.
These guys are struggling an awful lot here in these conditions.
Yeah.
We're gonna see an undercut. No. Varun is
I believe
disconnected.
Arun has disconnected.
Well, the invite is out. That leaves us with 13
invite
cars.
Arun again.
Now Diabetes is going for the knocks on the inside there. Yes, pretty easy. For racing Diabetes. And now he's in this 1 second window of Sergi. He's going all the way left, trying to break a toe here.
Yeah.
Applejuice losing a lot of time because he doesn't have a DRS buddy, unlike Roy and Legionnaire. Edward to the pits, retirement. That's another retirement.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is that every single retirement has been in the pit lane instead of collision.
Apart from recent.
I mean, recent. Yeah, true. But recent was because his pedals broke. So it's been pretty clean wheel to wheel here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we can't we can't stream on 2 platforms now, sadly. But hey, at least we have 1 stream, and that is working good. So we're just gonna keep on streaming on YouTube. It's better either way, to be honest. So, I don't really know where to look right now, so let's just look at the front runners. When did you reckon the hearts are gonna be dead?
I think those hearts are already dead, but you know, it have to be sticking for a long time because you still. These mediums are gonna die even more quicker, so you have to stay at least 22 laps on these tires, I reckon.
So we see Sergi now. Still going with it for Diabetes. Those two have been in the contention for the win. Now they're not fighting anymore. But they're still theoretically 1 and 2 on track. Applejuice now into the pits.
Comes in a bit too early, I think. It's gonna be tough with the medium tire later on.
Indeed, and now we see his teammate flying by, obviously. There's a 3 wide guy happening down the back straight. That is Nox, Felix, and Kai. Kai and Felix have been throwing hands ever since lap 1. So Applejuice coming out now on these mediums.
Sergi gonna make a dive bomb on Diabetes here.
On P9. So I reckon if Roy and Legionnaire pit now, they're gonna be ahead. Definitely gonna be ahead of Thompson.
Yeah, the thing is, you want to stay out a bit longer if you want the mediums to work.
I mean, the only car they need to worry about right now is Nox because he's the only one without a penalty, and he still hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
If they're
And Legionnaire and Roy both coming in, you need to be careful here.
10 seconds for Legionnaire.
You need to be careful. And this is exactly what happens when you're not being careful enough in the pit entry.
Medium's going on for the McLaren. Now, Sergi and Diabetes, they should work together instead of fighting this. It is a clean fight, indeed, but they should work together and try to pull away from these guys now as quick as possible. Sergi stays ahead of Diabetes. Now Diabetes is going to have the DRS down the back straight. Felix, this is going to be really close indeed. Felix and Kai. Legionnaire gets Felix, but now Roy and Felix are still side by side. Roy on the inside there of Felix. Pushed him a little bit off there. It should be still
30 seconds of time penalties.
30,
I
yeah.
reckon Roy has this one in the bag.
Unless
Actually,
he gets a 3-second time penalty. Because then the contention would be pretty much open. Because those mediums will have to go 15 laps. Remember that.
as things stand, Roy would be the winner already.
Yeah,
Even if Roy gets a 3-second penalty, he would be P1 runner. As Legionnaire has 10 seconds, Diabetes has 6, and Sergi has 13.
these two are gonna close up to those 4 ahead, so let's hope they're not gonna get into any kind of collisions.
Yeah, I mean,
Apple
Roy's
juice.
going to quickly just clear them.
Applejuice is putting him those mediums and making a good use of them. P7 right now. Roy now and Legionnaire swapping out again.
Roy working together really nicely there.
And Sergi and Diabetes are nuts.
Yeah.
Diabetes weaving all over the road trying to find a gap somehow. But Diabetes is throwing both of his elbows out.
At this point, they're just battling for fun really. It's not even about the position. They're losing time, but they do not care.
Now we have the train of 4 again. Now it's going to be harder for Roy and Legionnaire to overtake because both cars ahead have the for Roy, both cars ahead have DRS, so it's going to be harder to overtake. In the train, you want to be either 1 or 2,
Yeah.
unless you have an awful lot of battery save. But look at Sergi. Look how much he's pulling. Sergi on the inside goes for it into turn 1. Has he outbraked himself? No. What a move. Now Legionnaire is all over the road.
They're gonna have a look now.
He's alongside Diabetes. They're going 3 wide.
Middle, yeah, he's got it. And now he's
Legionnaire.
gonna be starting to pull away.
Diabetes
Shame
goes
he
off
has
the road.
Because if not, he could be in a clear contention for the win. Roy.
Roy
gonna have a
sending
look
it.
on, Sergi.
Oh, careful, Roy. Roy's
and he doesn't send. That's exactly what Edward was trying to do, but this time it actually works out.
There's a yellow flag. Who was that? I think that was Kai. Yeah, indeed it was. Has he made contact? Sergi's now dropping off the pace, but she's gonna have used these wings to regain everything he has lost. Diabetes now is gonna put the pressure on Legionnaire as he sends it into turn 1. Doesn't quite commit there. Now there's Roy. Ferrari against McLaren. Roy now trying to find a gap, but Diabetes is gonna have the DRS. Diabetes is gonna go pass down the inside of Legionnaire. Legionnaire tries to stick it around the outside. He somehow manages that. Diabetes gives him enough room to breathe. Now Roy, could there be a potential send coming up? He positions himself on the inside there. Roy's gonna have the grip advantage now. Coming out of turn 6 and 7, Diabetes could get that warning removed if he has gotten one. Roy lets him go. He's scared of a penalty there, I believe. LDR has retired in the pit lane, at least with 11 cars only. And Legionnaire's gotten a horrible exit there. That now leaves him. These guys, that's not exactly what they want to do, because the longer this battle takes, the stronger Diabetes is gonna get. So Diabetes reclaims first position. Sergi is still in that fight. I think Roy is too far back now to make a send. I believe both Legionnaire and Sergi are going to drop behind Felix and Applejuice. So the podium right now consists of Roy, Diabetes, Felix. So, one more time. Once again, it's Diabetes against Roy for P1. Roy pulls ahead. He clips Diabetes a little bit there. Legionnaire now on the inside there of Diabetes, trying to make it 2. But he doesn't have the grip he used to have. Diabetes goes off the road. Can find the grip somehow, but can't quite commit to the descent. Looking now further down the pack, Felix. Oh, that was a really tight line there. And Apple Juice has seemingly made a mistake. Either that or the mediums are dropping off now. Which I doubt. No, look how much time he's gaining. Or? Perhaps.
Roy, if Roy manages to pull away, it's going to be a really easy win here. With a nice gap as well. He's still yet to get any penalties. It's looking really good for him.
For now, indeed, and Sergio has dropped out of the DRS window. So that leaves us with a train of 3. Now Legendaire's going forward on Roy. Fairly easy move. The longer this battle takes, the stronger Diabetes is gonna get. And now Diabetes having a look on it on Roy already. Goes into the curb. Therefore can't quite commit. They all have the same goal right now. And that is getting away from the cars behind. Especially Legionnaire.
I think they're going to be working together.
I think Legendaire's already gotten ahead of these guys.
Now the thing is, Roy he is clearly safe, but Legionnaire has to pull away. Because he still has his 10 seconds.
Swapping around again.
Yeah.
Apple Juice losing some time again there. Now it's going to be a bit under pressure by Kai. And the Racing Bull. These mediums are starting to fall off a little bit. He's still gaining enough.
There's still 8 more laps to go with them. They pitted a bit too early. They
But
should
Kai
have
can't.
waited like 22 at least. That'd be tough.
It's looking like all 3 of the championships are going to be settled here today. No, it's not. It's not looking like it is. That all 3 championships are settled this weekend. Tier 1 and Tier 3 are on the last weekend. Well, Nox
This
picks up AV.
championship, it's already Roy has won it, and the thing is McLaren has also won it. Because there's only one Haas remaining. And it's not going to be enough to prevent McLaren from taking the championship, even if it will be a double DNF for both of these races.
Especially since now one of these... Now that Legendary has fallen behind Diabetes. Nox picks up 3 seconds. Let's have a look at the rest directory quick. Oh no, wait. There we go. Roy has received 1 warning. 2 warnings. Yeah. Roy got his last warning on lap 12, so he's still on 2 warnings. Now this time Legionnaire is getting rid of Diabetes, who doesn't have the DRS. Legionnaire is putting out a defense now. Though this might be a lost fight for him. Now Apple Juice and Felix are still fighting. Apple Juice and Kai have caught up to Felix, who's now under huge amounts of pressure from both of them. There's Varun in the background. He's not too far off this. Could still have somewhat of an impact on this battle of 3. This is 4P4 after all, after Sergey has served his 13-second time penalty, while now Legionnaire moves into P1. But now let's have a look at this as these 3 are now gonna put up a little bit of a show. No, actually not. Felix and Kai are waiting for Apple Juice to make a mistake. Or for these tires to fall off. Everyone wants to be behind by the time they get into the last couple of laps. So while we're at it, let's have a quick 14 places gained from Legionnaire and for Roy. Fast lap right now belongs to Legionnaire with a 1:08.09. Diabetes has closing up the gap a little bit, and now I think these hard tires might be quicker than the mediums. Diabetes could theoretically win this on track. They need to find 2 more seconds to... No, I think Diabetes is already P3. Well, no, Kai and Felix have both passed Apple Juice. Now Felix on the inside, thinks about it, does it! They make contact. Now the question is Felix gonna let Kai go? Yes, he is. Just to go for it afterwards immediately again. This time it's a little bit cleaner. They make a little bit of contact. Apple Juice now on the inside. Thinks about it. He doesn't commit to it. While Roy and Legionnaire swapping the places, the positions again. And now Diabetes thinking about it.
Yeah. The mediums are dying. Oh, and he goes in first gear, I think, loses a lot of time now, and he's down into P3.
I think that was on purpose. Because he knows... I think so. Because he knows there is no reason in fighting, and he doesn't know if any of the cars behind Felix have penalties.
Yeah, but he still lifted off way too much.
I think, yeah, but I think it was on purpose.
Maybe.
Talking about Varun, he's caught up to this train of 3, making it a train of 4, and now he's out of the back of Apple Juice. Now Apple Juice.
Side by side.
Apple Juice closing the door. Varun inviting himself again. Some of these scents are just... I'm seeing too many. If I'm being for real.
At the end of this race, it's been a bit too much desperate dive bombs. We didn't have that much in the start, but now, the more we go towards the end, there's going to be more desperate.
And the more we go towards the ends, the more these tires are gonna break down these medium tires. Now Diabetes not making the move on Roy. But look at Legionnaire.
I reckon the hard tires might be better than the mediums already.
Yes, I think they are, but I think Diabetes is still waiting behind.
Because the hard tire in Brazil is so much better than the medium in terms of wear.
Knox is retired.
That's our non-track retirement now.
So that will be a qualifying ban for him for Brazil.
Abu Dhabi, but yeah.
Abu Dhabi, yes, indeed. But why though? So now AV could theoretically go for the fastest lap. He has nothing to lose anymore.
Yeah, true.
2 more laps we have. And Diabetes is leading from Roy right now. Roy goes for it on the inside. From a long way back, he actually makes that stick. Oh, and they make a little bit of contact there. Diabetes punching Roy in the back. That could be a push to pass. Could be 1 penalty point of Waters. But then again, this is racing. Diabetes now pulling a cap. Yeah, those hard tires are definitely better now. But Roy can still go the same pace. So, with that, it's gonna be one more lap of racing as we'll have a little look at Apple Juice and Felix. I think everything has been settled there somewhat. So, one more lap of racing for these three. And one more lap of an undecided championship. Roy thinking about it, it basically doesn't matter. I wouldn't go for it if I was him. Because now Diabetes is going to get off the switchback pretty easily. Three seconds. 3 more seconds.
He's getting a penalty. That's not gonna help him at all.
Yeah, but it won't make it worse. Either way, Diabetes now on the inside of Roy. Roy is not baiting out of it. What? He wants to win this on track. I doubt he'll have the grip too, though. Diabetes now around the outside through turns 6 and 7, and Roy.
But doesn't matter anymore. He still has his lead. Diabetes is really fighting hard.
Yeah, but as you said, it doesn't really matter. Diabetes now on the inside, Roy, a little snap there. It doesn't really matter anymore, because what a championship this has been for him and for McLaren. They have shared a wonderful championship battle, and I'll leave the word to you.
And there we go. Diabetes right side by side, but Roy takes the win. Diabetes wins the track. But that was one hell of a round. Legionnaire goes third. Then Sergi, a disappointment in the race after all that impressive quality pace. And then Kai settles for 5th, followed by Varun, Felix, Applejuice, and next is going to be Thompson. And actually, it's going to be AV next, as Thompson has his 10 seconds. But Thompson is the next one to cross the line, and then AV, last man, up to P9. But that race was peak excitement.
Indeed, it was one of the cleanest races, I'd say. It was definitely one of the cleanest races we've ever had in JRL Tier 2. Definitely the cleanest this season, I'd say.
Yeah, that is true. This year, or this season in Tier 2 has not been the greatest.
From 15th on the grid.
Yeah, glad to see a race like this.
From 15th on the grid, Roy wins. In Brazil, Diabetes settles down for 2nd because of all of his time penalties. Otherwise, he would have won it. I doubt there'll be a penalty coming Roy's way. It could be. But then again, he has won it. Legionnaire, P3. Sergi, P4. P5 for PK. P6 for Varun. 7 Felix, Applejuice. AV Thompson. And then did not finish. Knox, LDR, Edward, John, Ridley, and Recent. Let's take a look at these strategies.
What a season that has been for Roy.
So we're gonna be back for Tier 2 next weekend, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna be back even sooner with Tier 1 tomorrow and Tier 3. And we're looking for.
Are going to be peak excitement. Both tiers going for the championship battle.
Indeed. Entering Abu Dhabi, the Tier 1 championship contenders could theoretically, 5 people could still win in Tier 1. The championship.
Realistically, it's a 3-man battle, but yeah.
Yes, indeed. But still, nevertheless, as for Tier 3, we have a 5-man battle for P3 in the standings, and obviously the championship fight between Chris Kryn and Destroyers being separated by 4 points going into the season. So, going into the season finale, there's going to be a JRL Season 5, that is for sure. Though, a little spoiler, it will not be JRL anymore. But yeah.
And the tier will be a bit different.
Indeed. But we would like to welcome you back tomorrow with a beautiful day of racing. The Yas Marina circuit. It will definitely be really, really exciting. And with that, I'd say thank you for watching, guys, and good evening.